Say it to the damn phone!
I am receiving a call from headquarters.
Is this Special Agent Dante from Abyss? My name is Akaska from HQ. I'm investigating the Shoko Nadami case. There's something that you need to hear.
What is it?
We got a phone call earlier from a prisoner at Fuchu Prison.
A prisoner?
We saved the call. I think you should give it a listen. Who is this?
In here, I'm known as number 89.
What is this call concerning?
I know who killed Shoko Nadami. And if you let me out of here, I will tell you who it is. I suppose you might say I'm looking for a plea bargain.
Clearly it was your ass.
Global saturation!
Will kill again, you know. And you'll take their eye while they're still alive. There will be more bodies. If you want to stop this serial killer, I suggest you take my offer. I'll be seeing you.
This has to be a prank.
That's what I thought too. However, we got the call yesterday afternoon, before Renju was killed. In other words...
You're saying he predicted the second crime?
Yeah, I think he did.
Might be psych-qualified.
That's why I thought I should contact you.
Good idea. Thanks, Detective.
Good luck.
Do you think there's anything to this?
I don't know.
What if Kenpachi were a detective?
No, that sounds silly. You act like his voice was on the phone or something. Sunday, 5:59 p.m. Lemon.
Oh! Maybe we could hit on Dante's #1 waifu.
Oh, Date.
What's wrong? You look like you have a lot on your mind.
Yeah, I just found out online. The corpse at Bloom Park. That was Renju's ex-wife, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So that was Mizuki's mom. Mizuki saw her own mom. And I just left her.
Yeah, you did.
But I didn't know. I knew her as Shoko Nadami. Her last name is different. I didn't know that was Mizuki's mother. I want to apologize to her. I need to tell her that I'm sorry.
Oh god, back here. What is this abstract painting telling us this time?
That one is called Lying, Wishing, Marking Demons.
Wait, what?
Uh-huh.
It keeps changing its fucking name.
That sounds about right, though.
That's a receptionist's desk. It is.
Are there huge breasts sitting behind the desk this time?
Yeah. Anything else around here?
One more bowl, please.
That would be soba.
I get it!
Blank monitor.
Date, look! A little stink bug. Yay! A stink bug.
Iva's the
Continue to
weirdest
get excited about
fascinations.
bugs.
Yeah, I told you, she's a Shino fangirl, clearly.
Lots of magazines featured how to get rich with cryptocurrency. I'll definitely be taking that.
Damn it, Dante!
Vending machine. High table. High
That's just a
stool.
high stool.
What about high school?
I said stool. Oh,
Monitor.
that's room to wear.
What?
What?
Who is that?
You're not gonna tell us what that is. Okay.
Just another idol. Door. There's probably an office back there. Wait, there was something. Window.
One of these times we're gonna click on the window and it'll lead us to freedom or something.
That sounds silly. Let's talk to the desk with the receptionist behind it. Wait, what?
Alright.
Oh my god.
Let's talk to the breasts.
Because you're cute. God damn.
Yes!
You get asked out a lot, don't you? I don't know why you're sitting here behind a desk. You should be an idol.
Oh my god.
Yes!
Oh, thank you. But despite my looks, I am a bit too old to be an idol. I couldn't get into it now.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I turned 36 this year.
You're kidding.
That's right, Dante gets all the bitches from the receptionist.
Some food, some sauce.
Yes!
Hey now, that's awfully aggressive. You're an alpha type, aren't you?
Oh my god!
And I kind of like you.
Oh, but there is one little thing you should know about me. I'm a reptilian.
What?
What?
Is that going to be a problem?
What's a reptilian?
A reptilian humanoid alien.
Oh,
They are said to be shapeshifters that take on human form.
Why not?
That is definitely going to be a problem.
Aw, too bad.
where is Iris?
She's recording a podcast right now.
Still?
Still.
Looking at her schedule, it should end soon.
Oh, is that all we could say to her?
Thank you for the call.
No problem. After all, it means we get to see each other again.
I'm glad.
Okay. The girl with big tits is sitting behind the girl. Yes, that's what I decided to call her. Not to her face, of course.
Girl with the big tits.
Excuse me?
Shit, I said it to her face.
I want to run away and never look back.
The girl with the big tits is sitting behind the counter.
Oh, this is fucking great.
Do you think Ota's a reptilian too? Where have you been?
Nowhere. Just doing my normal routine.
I don't know your normal routine.
I went to a Dojin store to look at the new releases.
Of course she
I ate
did.
some ramen at Jiro's, and then headed over to the PC cafe to browse threads. You know, normal.
If that's normal, I haven't had a normal day in my life.
About Renju.
I don't know anything. I've only seen Renju a couple of times.
I didn't think it was possible to be this bad at lying.
Though it is plainly obvious, I did a thermal check on Ota's body. This is his current body temperature.
That's what I thought. Have you forgotten, Ota? You're my thrall. You don't want me to tell Iris your secret, do you?
Huh?
Well, wait, it's no big deal. I just...
You better start talking.
Okay.
Alright, we can ask about Mizu. That one will probably end it faster if we keep going Renju.
Okay.
Mizuki didn't seem like she was angry with you.
What? You met Mizuki? Oh, at the interrogation.
That's right. He doesn't know I live with Mizuki. I have no reason to hide it, but it's sort of hard to explain. Yeah, I spoke to Mizuki at her, questioning earlier.
You're sick, Date.
What?
Questioning? That sounds dirty. If I were writing a light novel, that's exactly how I would describe a sexy scene.
Oh,
Dude, your mind's the one that went straight there. What's that say about you? For once, my mind didn't go anywhere degenerate. The fuck?
it did now.
What kind of novels are you writing, kid?
Last night, I was walking over to Sunfish Pocket, and I saw Renju come out of the building.
Was he alone? Someone was with him. A man.
Oh, are you gonna keep jumping at us all night?
A woman. Okay, look. I can tell you're trying to protect her, but you have to help me out here. Was it Iris?
No, it definitely for sure wasn't Tessa.
Got
It was.
So Renju was with Iris.
Okay, fine. There's no point in hiding it, I guess. You're right. Renju came out of the building with Tessa. Tessa has nothing to do with this. She wouldn't murder anyone. She wouldn't hurt a fly. She's an idol. Idols don't kill people.
I mean,
You
she
need to
did.
stop putting her on a pedestal.
Exactly.
She's a savior to me. The Tessa I know wouldn't hurt anyone.
Savior?
The first time I met her, I had a bad case of writer's block. And I saw all this awful negativity online, and I lost sight of what I really wanted to write. It was the lowest point of my life.
He is talking like a professional, though he hasn't published anything.
Yeah.
Then, by pure chance, I found a video of Tessa singing and dancing. And it made me realize something important. You don't have to care what people think, you know? If you do your best at what you believe in, your message will get through to people. That attitude is something all great creators need to have. After that, I became a huge A-Set fan and got over my writer's block. And I know I'm not the only one Tessa has inspired. A lot of otaku like me say that Tessa is their savior. She cheers them up when they're down. So there's no way Tessa can be involved in murder. Absolutely impossible.
Impossible, I tell you.
Slow down, I didn't say Iris was murder.
But do you suspect her?
I need to hear her side of the story. If I do, I might find out she's totally innocent. If you truly believe that she didn't do it, you should tell me everything you know.
But...
Do it for Iris.
Help me to help her.
Help me to help
What time
you.
did they leave the building?
Help me to help you.
around 6:15, I guess.
Where did they go?
I didn't see. They got into Renju's car and drove off.
What did you do?
I went inside Sunfish Pocket, but I saw a sign that said the entire club was reserved. I figured I would just go home.
What happened?
No, flashback time.
No.
Iris,
Ah.
there's something I need to ask you. Come with me.
She showed up. I thought we were about to do a flashback.
Even though we segued into a spider.
Come on me if
If
you
I
want
if
to
that
live.
came through the mic.
Kind of.
Oh. Oh no. It's a interrogation trophy.
Iris, I'm going to ask you some questions. Please answer honestly. However, you do not have to say anything that might incriminate you.
The right to remain silent? You're treating me like a criminal.
Not exactly. I'm just looking for the truth. And I would appreciate your cooperation.
Wait, is there's a trophy turtle here?
Yeah.
Alright, you follow it then. Let's see what we have to do.
It's doing there's one for all the interrogation. There's one for each interrogation with no mistakes.
Alright, well, use the guide. Let's not fuck up.
Oh, no, we're just talking right now. I don't think we're at interrogation yet. Alright. You used to work at Sunfish. Yeah.
I heard you used to work at Sunfish Pocket.
That's right.
How long?
A little over a year.
Working there that long, you're probably pretty familiar with the equipment.
Yeah, I guess.
Seems like an interrogation to me. Alright, so what do we have here?
No, it's presenting evidence and shit.
Oh, like Danganronpa. Alright.
Is Tool story true?
Here's what Ota told me. Yesterday around 6:15 p.m., you and Renju came out of the Sunfish Pocket building. Is that true?
Yes. Mr. Okiura called me and told me he wanted me to come to Sunfish Pocket, ASAP.
Around what time was that?
5 p.m., I think. I got ready, then headed over there. I guess I got there about an hour later.
Date, I checked her call history. At 4:58 p.m., there is a record of a call to Iris from Renju's phone.
Aha, you lied. You said around 5 p.m., but it was 4:58 p.m. Which is it?
Do you have alibi? No, we'll do that one later. What were you doing with Renju?
What were you doing with Renju?
He asked me about a job.
What kind of job?
He rented out Sunfish Pocket for a party and he wanted me to MC. He said that it was an important party and that a lot of big shots were gonna be there. But the girl he asked to do it originally got sick and couldn't come. But I turned him down.
Why?
Because I'm just an internet idol. I've never done any MCing before. Especially with important people being there.
Probably the reason you're alive.
What did you do after you turned him down?
What did you do after you turned him down?
I left with Mr. Okiura.
Okiura.
6:15 p.m. That must have been when Ota saw me.
And after that?
I asked Mr. Okiura to take me home in his car. I got home at 7 p.m. I was home the rest of the night.
What do you think, Iba?
I cannot detect any contradictions. However, her story appears almost too organized. Human memory is ambiguous. Her use of exact times leads me to be suspicious.
That's true.
About surveillance camera.
What about the surveillance camera? Do you know where those tapes were stored?
What are you trying to say?
When did you find out Renju
Was dead.
discovered himself?
When did you find out Renju was killed?
This morning, on the news.
And you were with Renju last night? You didn't think to call the police and inform them of this?
Oh, sorry. Is that something you're supposed to do? I had a podcast to record this morning, so if I went to the police, I'd be late. And that would cause everyone a lot of trouble, you know?
Alibi.
What were you doing from 7 to 9 last night?
I was at home the whole time.
You're sure?
Yes.
Iba, thermograph.
There is no noticeable rise in Iris's body temperature.
She isn't lying.
Not necessarily. We must consider the possibility that she is a natural liar.
With that kind of confidence, her temperature wouldn't change.
Correct.
Renju's estimated time of death was 8 p.m. last night. If Iris' story is true, she couldn't have done it.
There is another possibility. Even if Iris was at home, she could have killed Renju.
And then moved him back there.
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
I'll ask again. You are sure you were at home around 8 p.m. yesterday?
Yes.
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
You can, but there'd be no point.
Why is that?
My mom wasn't home. She came back home early this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Where was she?
I don't know.
You don't know. Come to think of it, Iris's mom had connections to Renju too.
Hitomi did mention that yesterday.
Interesting.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
However, we have nothing to link her to the case.
But I am curious. What was Hitomi doing last night?
Am I a suspect?
It's not like that.
It's fine, Date. It's true that I met with Mr. Okiura yesterday, but how do I put this? It's impossible that I'm the killer.
Why?
I'm a teenage girl. Mr. Okiura is a fully grown man.
Oh, she's got a point. A girl like her could have stabbed, poisoned, or shot him dead, but strangling?
No, it's still possible.
He was intoxicated or whatever you want to call it. Inebriated.
You want to be sedated?
Yeah.
The autopsy discovered a high concentration of benzodiazepine in Renju's body. This drug is commonly used as a sedative. It is likely that Renju was in a state of compromised consciousness before his death.
A heavy concentration of sedatives were discovered in Renju's body. Renju was practically in a coma before he died. He wouldn't have struggled.
So, Iris could have strangled him.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Even if I was somehow able to kill him, the rest of it is impossible.
The rest of it?
Like hanging up his body?
How do you know that?
What do you mean? It's all over the news.
That's true. Renju weighed about 160 pounds. Even if she used her entire body weight, I don't think she could have hauled him up.
Right. It would be hard for her to do it with her strength alone. But with a little ingenuity, it could be done.
Ingenuity?
Yeah, we saw the beer kegs, right? Is that where we're supposed to click?
The discovery of his body.
Oh.
Renju's corpse was discovered at the maid cafe Sunfish Pocket, hanging from a beam on the ceiling by a wire. He was found over the counter. The wire was attached on both ends. One end was attached to a hook that was embedded inside Renju's jaw. The other end was attached to beer kegs found on the floor.
Yep.
The kegs hold approximately 20 liters of liquid. They weigh approximately 55 pounds each.
Okay.
It went like this. First, Renju was laid out on the counter. Next, the wire was thrown over the beam and connected to the hook in his jaw. Then all you need to do is put the 3 beer kegs on the counter.
You think a teenage girl could have done that?
I'm sure it was hard. The kegs weighed 55 pounds each. And that's not impossible, even for a teenage girl.
I guess it isn't impossible.
After that, you get on top of the counter, hook the other end of the wires to the kegs, and then, what do you think happens if you kick the kegs off the counter?
Yeah.
The 3 kegs weighed 165 pounds altogether. Renju weighs 5 pounds less.
7, actually.
I guess that would make it possible.
It's 158.
But there is one more thing.
What?
Considering the state of the crime scene, it's clear Renju was killed elsewhere and brought to where we found him. If Iris is the culprit, how did she move the body?
Hey!
I know. You're going to say you couldn't have moved a 160-pound body.
Unfortunately for her, she could have.
How?
Is this the barrel thingy? The oil tub?
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Okay. I guess we really didn't need to go...
I guess it's Renju's
watch, yeah, because we found it.
I know this watch. It's Renju's favorite. I found it inside an oil drum at Sunfish Pocket. That means...
Yeah. So we really didn't need the guide for this one. Well, I guess we... What does the guide want us to pick?
It's showing the watch and the oil drum. Oh, no,
okay.
It's just doing it without any mistakes.
Oh.
I didn't click on the oil drum for the dialogue. Whatever.
Do you know what this is? It's Renju's favorite watch. This was discovered inside an empty oil drum at Sunfish Pocket.
Hey, Date, I know you're on a roll right now, but could you please report things like that according to protocol?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying it wouldn't be so hard to move a body if it were in a cylinder. We just have to roll it.
So you're saying Renju's body was moved inside the drum, which is how the watch came off. But the suspect didn't notice it.
I'm not saying anything for sure. Just pointing out that it's possible.
I didn't do it! You don't even have any witnesses! If I were rolling an oil drum in the middle of the street, people would have noticed!
You could have put it in a car and driven it.
I don't have a license!
Doesn't mean you can't drive. Even an AI can drive nowadays.
Are you mocking me?
Don't make sudden outbursts like that.
You insulted me.
Just be quiet.
Who are you talking to?
No one.
The voice in my head.
Anyway, Iris, you weigh about 105 pounds, right?
Where is this coming from?
If only you weighed more. Or less.
That is none of your business.
No, I mean that your weight is relevant to the case. If the oil drum was used to transport the corpse, then the possibility of the suspect being around 105 pounds is extremely likely.
Why do you say that?
Because how much the oil drum weighed, plus the math of how much his body weighed and you, would equal around 310 pounds, and that's how much was
Oil drum inside
the elevator.
pocket. The type that has a lid you can open, with about a 200-liter capacity. Empty, it weighs approximately 44 pounds.
Yep. So 44 plus 160 plus 105. You guys can all do the math, I take it.
Yeah. Oil drum. Renju's weight.
Yep.
And what do you think the final one is?
Iris's weight? Or the elevator itself?
Elevator record.
Yeah, yeah.
Sunfish Pocket is located on the second floor. According to the records, from 6:30 p.m. until the body was found, the elevator stopped on the second floor only once. At 8:55 p.m., the total weight detected in the elevator was approximately 310 pounds.
Yep. Yeah, I saw she's like, we see that only adds up to 309.
On which
Trophy!
Sunfish Pocket located?
On the second floor?
That's right. So, I checked the elevator records. Before the corpse was discovered, the elevator only stopped at the second floor once, at 8:55 p.m. And we discovered that the total cargo weight on the elevator was about 310 pounds. Renju weighed 160. The oil drum weighs 44. Together, that's about 205. Subtracting that from 310...
This doesn't look good.
Why are you...
Now this obviously doesn't prove you're the murderer. A lot of people weigh 105 pounds. Or someone could have put 105 extra pounds in the elevator, sent it up, and taken the stairs to throw us off the trail. However...
I don't think she's a killer. I think she's just manipulated into doing this.
Dante, stop. Iris is acting strange. Don't turn around.
Why not?
Just stay put. Keep your eyes on the wall. There are several cameras in this room. 2 surveillance cameras installed at the corners of the ceiling, and 1 camera on a tripod. I hacked each to gain access to their recordings. Look at this.
We could click on Iris, or Dante, or I guess Boss's leg counts.
Do you want to click on Boss's leg?
Boss is standing in the corner, menacingly. It's me. Is it me? Who's this handsome male model? Oh, just me. I can see myself.
She's fidgeting around. Is she doing something under the desk?
That's what it looks like. But we need to confirm something before we confront her. We need to know that she is in fact doing something under the desk.
Without turning around?
Yes.
How would I do that?
Yeah, how the fuck would we?
You can click on camera.
Oh, you gotta move it around.
Oh, this is cutscene.
Ah, shit. Iris, what are you thinking? What is that thing? Hey, answer me, Iris.
She's definitely hiding something, Date. Sync with her.
Iris is experiencing resistance. Medication is working perfectly.
How about it, Date? Think you can do it?
Not a problem. Get it started.
The time limit is 6 minutes. So before time is up...
I know.
Then, let's begin.
Hopefully this item isn't as sin as the Mizuki one. That was plainly hidden in sight. But we missed it. Wonder where this one's gonna take place at.
What is this place?
It looks depressing. How is this related to Iris?
Unknown, but there must be a connection.
Iris, what are you hiding?
Somnium scan. Activate.
Okay.
Alright, which route are we going?
What routes do we have?
There's just two.
Which are the good and the bad? Is that it?
Pretty much.
Well, keep doing the good ones for now. Yeah, guys, Nomi did. I asked him. Nomi said there are points to getting the bad routes, so we'll go back and get those before we do the true ending.
I mean, those goes down a whole different branch.
Yeah, so we'll keep going for the good ending for now. Oh, okay, cool.
Iris B.
B for beta. But yeah, we're gonna get the bad endings and later on. We will get them, guys.
All right.
A CRT TV.
Those are old as fuck.
Hit or spin the dial.
We're supposed to spin the dial, I take it, right?
I mean, for Route A to actually hit.
Wait, what? Really? Oh,
Yeah.
we're going for the good ending, though, right? Yeah, so let's spin the dial.
Fixing it by hitting it is an old-fashioned approach.
Well, this is an old-fashioned process.
Are we gonna see our shadow on the Midnight Channel?
Oh, it was a it was a painting of a rat covered in blood. It's beautiful.
With the please stand by thing.
What was that just now?
A child's drawing of a rat.
Iris must have drawn it.
It is not yet possible to determine that. Let's continue the investigation. There is much to interact with.
She must have really hated Pikachu growing up. Fuck that stupid rat.
I mean, yeah, Pikachu is pretty fucking boring.
Okay, we got one psych lock open.
Okay.
Alright. This music's all eerie.
Okay. Medicine shelf.
I see many objects in the room.
Investigate the TV. No, we're investigating the bottle of drugs.
I think we're investigating it, not beating the shit out of it.
The explosions appear to have stopped.
The explosions made the room change.
This is a dangerous dream, but we must continue.
Oh shit.
Up a frog. It's the name of the checkpoint.
Not Kermit.
Operating table.
An operating table.
We can sleep, investigate, or perform surgery.
Sleep, wow. How much time do we have actually? Do we even have to fuck around?
No.
Oh,
We have
alright.
to perform surgery.
Alright, alright. I'm gonna say sleep, that would have been funny. Well, we'll be serious.
Surgery? For whom?
Just act it out.
Act it out? This is not a children's playtime.
It might help reproduce a memory.
Take the scalpel.
No, fuck off. I don't care about your low quality share play.
Oh, it's actually making you do this?
I feel like I'm
No.
on a medical dragon team.
Were those beeps really necessary?
Yeah.
Something has spawned.
Want to check it out?
Alright.
Alright, what do we got now?
A locker.
Ooh.
Just a locker.
I think we're supposed to open it.
No, you don't know
That
that.
was close. If this were the Delta Princess, I would have been stabbed.
Why was it booby-trapped?
I do not see anything else inside. Would you like me to examine the knife?
Good idea.
The life of the wife was ended by the knife.
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
Oh, what? Already?
The knife
Jesus.
that flew out of the locker.
Bro.
Like this? What? I only threw it lightly. An oil drum, television, and torso.
I think I understand. I'm starting to see the picture.
I do not yet understand it.
Okay, that's there. I think there's one more. Okay, where to now?
Obviously the oil drum.
An oil drum.
Take it we open it.
Yeah, no, you look inside, man. Come on. Oh, let me click on it.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you could use one of those timey things that slows down time even more. Or whatever the fuck it is. What, is there a corpse in there?
Bullets?
Oh.
They might be used for something. Let's keep them.
Okay. Now where to?
I mean, if there's bullets, there's clearly a gun. I just don't see it.
Well, what were the other items that came out? From before, there was the TV, the oil drum, and the... I mean, if you want, we could save just in case.
Alright, sure.
Okay. I'm just always good to be like, the gun's right there, dumbass. Then again, it's a dream. You never know. We had to use a gun to unlock a door before, so who knows if we even need a gun for the bullets.
So maybe it's the doors?
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe we can use the bullets on... Shit. Oh, we're gonna get to see a bad ending.
Alright, there's a gun.
A revolver.
Is it real?
It appears that way.
Called Single Action Army. Greatest handgun ever made. Okay.
Can we use the bullets we found earlier?
This could work. I'll try shooting it.
And then the door will probably open. Just hope we have enough time to get there. Was that it? Or we ran out of time?
Maybe.
Either that or we ran out of time. The fuck? Oh, did we do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, trophy. Okay, we did it. Wow. We barely had any fucking time left, dude. Dude, yeah, we were so fucked. That's why I was like, oh, we failed it and we ran out of time. Holy shit. We got the collectible this time, too. We didn't have to wait to do it off stream. Because it wasn't like on those stupid benches where all of them look the damn same.
What happened during that SOMNIUM?
We saw the whole thing on the monitor.
But we're just as confused as you are.
Well, upon further reflection, it is not so strange. Dreams are developed outside of our conscious will. When you sink into Somnium, there is no guarantee of what you will discover.
What about the figure?
If you die in Somnium, you die for real.
Could have been Iris herself.
That is a possibility. The sinker sees the subject's dream from the third person.
That means that Iris... She must have met So Sejima somewhere.
We did see Congressman Sejima in there.
We saw that shadow kiss him, too.
Did that happen in reality?
Not necessarily. I'm sure you've had dreams of kissing celebrities and porn stars, right?
The first
No.
part, yes, but the second part, no.
You sure about that? Anyway, you know what I mean.
Who keeps making
Dream is
fun
not
of
made
Dante?
up entirely of memories. It can include things outside of your memory, like TV or movies.
Even if the figure was supposed to be Iris, her smooch in Somnium does not necessarily reflect her actions in reality.
You can't use the word smooch.
Why not?
So we don't know if Iris and So are acquainted.
That's right, because So is a celebrity of sorts. It's possible she just saw him on TV or online.
I don't think so. He mentioned that he was at a party hosted for Lemongate.
We were silent for a time. But we were deep in thoughts. But then Pewter
Dante,
spoke.
Iris is about to wake up.
Got it.
Do you know what that means? We get to investigate everything in the room again!
No, it makes us walk into the
You
sink
need to sleep
room.
when I wasn't expecting it? You cops are more rough than I thought.
You signed a consent form before you came in here, didn't you?
You forced me to sign it.
Anyway, Iris, I have some things I want to ask you.
What?
What is that sink machine? Nothing. You've lied.
Is she the only one here, or Pewter and Boss here too?
Actually, we can look up at those two because we're inside the chamber.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you can talk to... Okay, sure.
Is there something you want to ask me? You should be talking to Iris right now.
I wanted to talk to you!
But she's looking through the glass while I'm standing here.
I'll leave Iris to you, Dante.
Okay, clearly the game is like, yeah, no, you don't fuck around.
Okay, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. Normal, I guess. Why? Did you do something that would make me sick?
I just took a peek inside your head is all.
Inside my head?
Voices in my head.
Do you remember your dream?
Dream? What are you talking about?
The subject of the sink does not experience somnium as you do. Iris would not know about it.
So...
Yeah, I know his name and face. I've never met him.
You haven't?
I'm just an internet idol. It's not like I have connections to politicians or anything.
About the river... massages...
Iris, let me ask one thing. The message Ota sent you on Nile.
Was it nihilistic?
I won't tell anyone about that thing. What is that thing?
I don't know. Ota's the one who wrote that. You should ask him.
Iba, Ota's phone is still broken, right? But he definitely sent that Nile message.
Ota purchased a new phone in Akihabara yesterday.
The same number?
Yes.
Call it.
Connected.
Hey, it's Kaname Date. Where are you? Ota, I know you can hear me.
At home. I'm at home.
Got it. Wait right there. I'm coming over.
Is Tessa still at the police station?
Yes?
If you want me to talk, release her. Criminal Procedure Law number 198. Persons may refuse to heed a summons or leave the supervision of the police at any time unless they are arrested or detained. Tessa isn't a suspect. According to Article 223, this applies to all persons of interest. You haven't issued an arrest warrant for Tessa, right? So if you don't release her right now, you are violating the law.
Damn.
Do we have a deal? You want my testimony, right? Bring Tessa here, and I promise I'll tell you everything I know.
This kid is starting to get on my nerves.
So, what are you going to do?
Do we have a choice?
We could head to the diner or head to the diner. What should we pick?
The diner.
Iris, come with me. We're going to Matsushita Diner.
Come on me if you want to live.
Were you talking to Ota?
Yeah, telepathically. I have special powers. Anyway, let's go.
And now we're going to get Carcoon!
Sunday, 9:46 p.m. Man, you've been traveling to the future a lot?
Tessa!
Thank you, Ota. It's thanks to you.
That's right. It's not like you can do whatever you want just because you're the police.
Maybe not. But you better keep your promise.
Okay, we get to look around at shit again, I take it.
Yep.
Alright.
Poster. Nothing but a window.
A secret window, even.
Stool, counter, condominiums.
I'm waiting for Ibo to ask us another riddle.
None of us can figure out that sauce. That's pretty much it.
Okay, let's talk to Iris first. Because obviously Tullio is gonna continue the plot.
Is this your first time?
Woof.
Why does that matter?
Because share play.
Do you want me to leave?
Have you ever met his mother?
Don't you have things to ask Ota?
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you instead. That all I can ask her?
Hurry up.
About
Okay.
Niall.
Didn't I tell you? Ask Ota about it.
What I wanted to ask you.
I was just standing there,
Menacingly.
Not even a point about the singing doors.
Okay. Well, before we talk to Ota, we'll be back in a second, I guess.